Tonight's Journey of Hope, News 13's Mark Liverman takes us to Hot Springs in Madison County, where a long recovery is being uplifted by the strength and kindness of neighbors helping neighbors.
Thick slabs of pavement push up against each other. Deep cracks in concrete run along these sidewalks like scars, serving as reminders of a day this town will never forget.
I can't even imagine when you saw that. I mean,
yeah,
what that was like.
It was disheartening to watch it happen to your hometown.
Yeah.
I had my own little moment at one point when we were pulling some people out of the Iron Horse Station with the assistance of Walnut Fire Department, getting a couple people out.
But when you're fire chief, there's no time to dwell on those moments.
We had a fire truck on this side stopping traffic. We eventually started moving people out that way.
In some places here in Hot Springs, the damage almost apocalyptic in nature. The worst disaster that Fire Chief Josh Norton has ever seen.
You couldn't get to Tennessee because of the French Broad and the damage it done down that way. You couldn't get to Asheville because of the damage it done to the road here. So we were cut off for a day or two. As soon as I jumped and my foot hit over here, those doors flew open. So I was within, just a few seconds of that water possibly hitting my feet.
Potentially washing you away.
And pushing
literally
me down across the road. So.
And I'm assuming it was moving.
Oh, it was moving.
Walls washed away by water.
They used to have a wall just like this, and it did get washed out. So they built back.
The town slowly being patched up and put back together.
It actually knocked out the front corner of the Spring Creek Tavern.
Spring Creek water levels rising and rising.
When you look at Gentry Hardware and you see the awning at the front of the store, if you can envision water being that high, that's about how it was.
It's sheer power pushing everything in its path.
With what you're looking at here, the debris dam was all the way to the creek bottom and then probably 15 foot above the sidewalk. You can look at it and you can see holes popping up in the bridge itself that have never been here. And when you put a 30-foot debris dam with the pressure against the bridge that was here, you know there's got to be some stress in it.
Well, everywhere you look around town, you get a little bit of a different perspective of some of the damage that's still lingering almost 6 months later. More debris washed up along the bank. And then if you flip over to the other side, the erosion. Hard to miss, the erosion along the bank.
The town infrastructure really took a beating because you can see this is a temporary fix while they try and get their sewer system back up and running. So that all got washed away.
But even in those darkest moments, people here came together. Catherine Hubbard, who was passing by, can attest to that.
This place right there, they have like an 8-foot basement that was full of mud because that corner went out. And so they carried buckets of mud out, 5 gallons at a time. I mean, we're almost back. We're almost there.
Months later, Norton hoping that help for his hometown doesn't stop.
This little town needs to flourish so they can try and recover that lost revenue.
Because it's going to be a long road on that front,
It's a long road.
Residents of Hot Springs will keep helping each other build back, like they have been all along.
And they always say, I mean, when you have these kind of whatever type of disaster it might be, to look for the helpers. But it sounds like in this town,
we didn't have to look far. It was basically your neighbor and the person standing beside of you.
In Hot Springs, Mark Liverman, News 13.